beware. They covet this blade, and shall come for it. You must leave this place. The sword is cursed. You seek the sword, is it not so? I must tell you, you are not the first to discover it. Others tried to take it, and paid a heavy toll. Take up the blade, and you will see. The sword-cursed are here among us already, circling like half-starved jackals. Can you not sense their jealousy? Their spite? The air is thick with it. The curse was forged in blood and envy. I murdered my dearest friend in a jealous rage, and the blade bears that taint still. The sword-cursed cannot bear the thought of losing the blade. If you touch it, they will come for you. Yes, and they will not stop so long as you carry it. Once you fall, and fall you will be consumed by the same jealous desire that drives them. They are long dead, and thus cannot be killed, though they will sleep for a time. But the blade calls out to them, always. When they wake, they shall seek it out again, and the one who keeps it. You have been warned.
Can never have enough of that.
Did you recover the sword? We must speak before you go further with it. I did not expect you would find it. Only those who are different are capable of such a feat. What do you intend to do with it? Only those with the keenest senses can even see it. And only one without a soul should be able to take it from its resting place. I do not know how you lifted it unless your soul... No matter. What is your intention? A deception. I watch Herminius' office so he does not plunder Alakir. I know more than his books have explained. No, it is a deep, ancient curse. There is darkness in that blade that even the divines would struggle to banish. Sword Singer Navid's spirit seeks to distance himself from the blade, but he is the source of its evil. He cannot keep shedding the burden to others. Even if Herminius' office escapes the vengeful spirits, he will take the sword to Cyrodiil. However cursed this sword may be, it is still a relic steeped in our history, our heritage. It must stay in the Alakir. You bring only misery by removing that sword, Wayfarer. Make the wise choice.
What news do you bring me? Were you able to locate this near-mythical sword? I appreciate the assistance from common folk such as yourself. This sword is a significant specimen of lore, direct evidence. I can't believe it. There's so much to study. Look at the shape of the blade. You can see the way the leather used to wrap around the pommel. The tip is even chipped. I need to take this back to Cyrodiil right away. Julianos has blessed me this fine day. My what? Oh, my guide. I seriously doubt he has anything to contribute to my research. Don't worry about him. He will be compensated appropriately, as will you. Talk to Azei Eroanok, please. The uneducated masses always object to progress, even if it's for their own good. You can go now. I have to take this back to Cyrodiil. I may not seem appreciative, but really, this would have been very difficult without your help. Azei can pack up our camp now and we'll... Did you hear something? Sounds like the wind's picking up a bit.
That fool has no idea of the danger you have put him in. I can sense the ghosts approaching even now. Tuwaka forgive him, and you.
I leave things to my brother, and this is what happens.
Nice hole.
If you've come to buy water, I apologize for the sorry state of the Johads. My idiot brother has all but ruined us. I suppose it'll fall to me to dig the family out of this sandpit. The water's been contaminated. To top it off, whatever's tainted the Johads seems to attract the desert beetles. Workers won't go near the Johads, and with good reason. But I still need to find out what's contaminated our lifeblood. I do. The workers have rest camps in between the Johads. If someone brought in this poison, there may be evidence of it there. If you can find something of import, bring it to me. I'll be at the main Johad down the road. If you see my idiot brother, cuff him on the ear for me. Our production falls behind with the Johads, so unreliable. There are reservoirs. Even in the desert, there is moisture in the air. The rain catchers collect it and funnel it into the Johads. Then we carry the water to the city in large urns, or at least that's what we normally do. Almor, where you see the heaviest work done, look for him elsewhere. This is our family's business. He should show proper pride in our work. Ah, well. I can take care of the Johads once these beetles are gone.
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting. Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic. going to.
They should try that.
Jahi sent you, didn't she? That smell. It's the same that's coming up from the Johads. Is that what was in the bottle you picked up? Jahi will never believe me, but I want to find out who did this as much as she. I know, and in a way it is. Our father put me in charge of the Johads after I, returned from Sentinel. Within a fortnight, most of the Johads reeked of this musk. Even so, I have no idea how any of this happened. Only one way to know for sure. A taste test. These 3 Johads are the ones attracting the most beetles. See if the water has the same flavor as that vial. She has her reasons, and I respect them as I do her. It would make no difference if I defend myself now. The important thing is that we find out what's happened to the Johads.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant homages.
And to think I almost got away from the family business. Father giving it to my younger brothers seemed like the perfect compromise. But look where it's brought us. Have you found anything? I recognize this. It's the same kind of vial my brother's wife uses for her alchemy. Is she responsible for this madness, I wonder? Ohama's a Khajiit apothecary from Sentinel. I had no quarrel with her, but if she's responsible for this, my father must know. She cares for him in the house just beyond here. Father didn't approve of their marriage, of course, but she is very skilled.
to my father's home. Please excuse our scant hospitality. I've been tending to Naseran day and night, and it leaves little time to prepare for guests. How may I aid you? It is mine. A rare bug musk, used in some Basmar cooking, if I recall. I thought I'd misplaced it on the trip here. Tell me, where did you find it? Blessed Ban! Tuaka, I beg you keep your voice down. My father-in-law would truly turn me out if he heard such rumors. How could it be? I swear upon my very clothes, I had nothing to do with the Johads. You must believe me. Still, I would not know. Many of the workers come in and out of the house for refreshments. So perhaps one of them took it. But still, why would they do such a thing? There is one way to find out who took the bottle. It is strange, but wait and listen. Outside, a woman peddles her trained lizards. Ask if her pets can track scents, such as this bug musk. Just holding the vial leaves residue on one's hands. If you find who held the vial, you'll find who stole it.
Greetings, Sandwalker. I can tell by that look in your eye, you know lizards. Do they speak to you? Do you enjoy the feel of their cool scales against your cheek? Yes, you understand. I know you do. Of course. Did you know lizards smell with their tongues? They are quite adept at detecting even the faintest trace of a scent. I have a fine tracking lizard if you're interested in purchasing one. I'll even train him to the scent of your choice. Jahi would never believe such lies. But if it's for her, I will give you a lizard for your scenting. There, now you have it. Your lizard will find whoever has that rotten odor clinging to you. Or perhaps it's simply your disposition I smell.
Much to do. Can fate be changed, I wonder? Do you believe in fate, my friend? What if I said I was sitting here all my life waiting for you to come? That would be absurd, wouldn't it? No. Fate led both of us here at the perfect moment, and I can prove it. In exactly just a few moments, a windstorm will appear right over there, and you, my friend, you will race it across the desert. Because it is my fate to come here and tell you this, just as it was another's fate to tell me mine, and yet another's before that. Your fate is to race the storm and to win. The question is, are these fates fixed? Will you help me test this? The winds gather even now. The storm will appear here any moment. When it does, you must race. Follow the trail of the blue flames and reach the final flame before the storm does. Are you ready to test your fate, my friend? Then if fate is to be believed, the winds are ready as well. Run quickly, my friend, or do not. Either way, we will have our answer. It is true. It is all true. You won the race. Our fates are unavoidable. Do you know what this means? Do you realize the full extent of this? It means... what does it mean? I had it all figured out. Something very important, very profound, but now I can't remember. I'm going to stay here until I remember. I have much to ponder now. Do you have further questions of me, my friend? But you ran against the storm. You won. You saw it just as I did. Wait a minute. I think I know what this is about. Did Hadun send you? He is a good friend, but he thought this fate business was all nonsense. The woman had prescribed his fate as well, but he did not believe it. Nonetheless, I believe he did go into the desert to see. Perhaps you should seek him out. Yes, and every thought we think. Our lives are the shadows fate casts on the sand. Do not fear this truth. Think of fate as your constant companion. To glimpse upon fate is to see what unites us all.
What? Can never have enough of that.
I have played in these fields since I was a child. I will not
come upon us in this way.
I have heard that bleak happenings likewise afflict the harbor and Sentinel.
Tears, we are beset by these tragedies most cruelly.
We were actually getting ahead for a change. Storing...
It's my job to keep the beetles in check normally, but something has gotten them riled up. I'm a farmer, not a warrior. I don't have the weapons or skills to deal with this.
Escape the fields with them.
I hope you're not bringing more trouble.
My father told me someone would come.
You approach the camp of the Ashaba. Wait. I recognize you from Faharajad's palace. He would not listen to us. And now, we all pay for his stubbornness. Faharajad sent you to ask for our help? Now? The nerve of this king. Well, if you seek my father, you should know he and many other of our warriors are extremely ill. Some are dead. Our water was poisoned. I suspect it was the necromancers, the withered hand, but it is of little importance now. All that matters is finding the ingredients for the antidote. If my father dies, there is no Ashaba for the king to call upon. Will you help me then? Come quickly then. Meet me at my tent in the camp.
Stay back, Wanderer. You are welcome to our camp, but our chief is not entertaining guests. Like so many of our warriors, he has been poisoned. Only his daughter may disturb his rest. The king has waited too long. So many warriors have died, and Marima holds on to life by a thread. We will answer the king's call to the best of our ability, but I fear we can do very little. You should speak to Talia if you haven't already.
I've marked on your map where my father says we can find the ingredients. Lead the way. I will see my fallen brothers and sister avenged. My father had been chief of the tribe for 26 years. I would not know what to do without him. We must hurry. So many died. Who would have believed the withered hand would poison our water? Meet me at my father's tent. Please, Father. There must be some way.
You must accept this, Talia. My time has come. Go. Prepare the potion. I must speak with our guest.
I do not like this, but
You are welcome to our camp.
Father.
We are usually generous hosts, but under the circumstances, I hope you understand. You have seen, of course, the tribe is weak, and I am soon to return to the sand. Another must fulfill the sacred duty of the Ashaba. That other is you. It has been foreseen. Yes, there can be no doubt. The withered hand, we have never faced such a threat. But it is our duty to stop them. You must become one of us. You must become an Ashaba. Then, you must stop the withered hand. There is a ritual. My daughter, I told her the ingredients were for an antidote. But she knows now. They are for your initiation. There's not much time. You must decide. Are you willing to join us to become an Ashaba? I understand your hesitation, but whether you join us or not, defeating the Withered Hand is your destiny. By becoming Ashaba, you are simply fulfilling our duty by doing what you are already destined to do. Nothing further is expected. Thank you. You move a great weight off of the heart of a dying man. The future of our tribe, our honor, depends on you fulfilling our duty and fighting the Withered Hand. My daughter is not happy right now. She's as stubborn as her mother was. But death will not be stayed. Be assured, though, Initiate, after you complete the trial, she will help you fight the Hand, if you wish. That is good. I believe she has finished mixing the potion for your initiation. Speak to her when you are ready to begin the trial. May Tuwaka guide your path, Initiate. Always.
The great man lies dying over there, and he has put all his faith in you. I hope it is not misplaced. I have finished mixing the potion for your initiation. Whenever you are ready, we can begin the trial.
Very well. Then here it is. Go to the Mikada in the back of the tent and drink. Be prepared, Initiate. The potion will bring on a vision of the past. When the vision is over, you will know what it means to be a Shaba.
Samir, my brother. Finally you stir. Did you drink too deeply from the starry well last night? This is unlike you. Quickly, pull yourself together. We can afford no idle time today. Morwaz, mercy. Maybe you took a head bump too. Did you forget about the battle? The regatta will drive these evil elves from our lands for good. I am to fight at your side today, brother. Tell me you still feel up to it. Now there is the Samir I know. Sometime you will have to tell me what has befallen on this last night. A story of wildness, I am sure. Come now, though. Our father prepares to address the regatta. He is expecting us. Samir, I am really starting to worry. Have you been ensorcelled? The year is 853. Our father is King Jacquan, come from old Yakuta to settle here in the Alakir Desert. I hope this is starting to sound familiar. Blade's Edge, I am sorry. You are the crown prince, but I am your brother, and I was worried. Please tell me you are all right. I've been looking forward to this battle for weeks, but Father will not let me fight unless you lead the way. Because they do not want us here. Our people came across the sea from old Yakuta to settle here, but these elves, the Koralanya clan, they will drive us from these shores. We are making our stand today, letting them know we are here to stay. The Ashaba? These people I do not know. Are they also elves? If we must, we will kill them too. I need you to focus though, Samir. Focus on the battle today. We should hurry to hear Father's speech. Praise the gods. It would not be proper if we were not present when Father makes his speech. He is very likely starting to worry about us himself.
Nagada, you all know that the elves are outside our walls. These infidels call us barbarians. They would drive us from this land. But what the elves do not know is that Rutger himself guided us to these shores. He decreed that the Alakir would be our home. Today, the infidels will see the strength of the Shahai. Ansi will guide our blades. Today, the sands will run red with elven blood. For the glory of Nagada! You look strong, Samir. My heart is proud. I believe this will be a day of destiny for you and your brother. If we wish to remain here, we must cleanse the land of these elves' taint. Yes, and much of the glory for this victory will go to you and your brother. I send you forth as my champions to slice through the elves' ranks and find their leader. You'll cut off the snake's head, and then the body will wither and die. Yes, it is a great honor and a great responsibility, but you have proven your valor time and again, Samir. I know you will succeed and clear the way for our people's future. Go now, and go with the gods, my son. You have my blessing. I know you will be victorious, my son. May Ansi guide your blade.
And when you are ready to enter the battle. Our deeds today will be remembered for generations to come, brother. Lead on.
To die. You've already lost. While you charged, we went behind and killed your king.
Hear that? Must have gone through the crypt. Quickly, we must stop them. Gods, look at the walking bones. These elves have no shame.
Too late, Samir. Your father is dead. Even worse, some elven necromancer. He turned your father into an abomination. The necromancer slew your father and then reanimated his corpse. It is the most terrible thing I have ever seen. He is lost. There is nothing to be done for it. Samir, you must not go in there. You would have to strike down your own father. As darkly as these events have transpired, our laws remain sacred. Your father is honored dead. Harm his remains, and you dishonor yourself. Yes, there is no other choice to be made. I know your father would not want us to abandon our new home here, but he could not have foreseen this. He would not have us break the sacred law. You must not even consider such a thing.
We should discuss this, Samir. Come with me. Fate has dealt us a cruel hand, my brother. I agree with you. Father would not want us to flee our home. But do we dishonor ourselves? To kill him when being exiled, but I am willing to do this if you command. Because it is clear that one of us must make this sacrifice. You are in line to become king now. If you strike our father, you would be throwing all of this away. For me, there is not as much at stake. Just speak the command and I will go, brother. No! No, please! I beseech you to reconsider this decision, Samir. I cannot bear to see you exiled. What will I do? I am not sewn from the same cloth as you and father. I am not meant to be king. done then, I would not have such courage. In my mind, you are a hero for what you have done. No, you deserve to be honored for your actions. But the Vizier says that by law, you must be exiled instead. I don't know what to do. Your courage, your humility. You should be king, not I. I'm sorry. I suppose I must stop acting like a child and accept my responsibility. Whatever happens, though, your sacrifice will never be forgotten. I love you, my brother.
Why, Samir? Why? You have broken the most sacred tradition of the kingdom. Nothing can justify such sacrilege. The law is clear, Samir. Exile. You must leave here now and never return. Good. Then there is nothing more for us to discuss. Let us hope your brother learns to listen to my counsel, and to make better decisions than you have.
Welcome back. You were gone for longer than I expected. I trust you walked in the steps of Prince Samir of Yath and experienced the events that led to his exile? He was. Samir went on to start a family and a tribe in exile. They wandered the desert as nomads and became known as the Ashaba. Hakmir became king and ruled peacefully until years later, when he again faced the threat of necromancers and undead. The colony from Yath would have fallen, but Samir led his tribe against the necromancers and their army of risen dead. The Ashaba accepted the dishonor of fighting the dead to save the kingdom. So it has been ever since. You have now witnessed the first sacrifice, and you know that true honor need not be named. You are one of us. You are Ashaba. We will recognize you as our brother, and together, we will uphold the sacred duty of our tribe. Yes, the words have been spoken. Normally, my father would conduct a small ceremony and speak the words, but his spirit moved on while you were unconscious. His last request was that you and I would destroy the withered hand. There is little we can do to help our fellow Ashaba here now. So we should do as my father wished. We should dedicate ourselves to destroying the withered hand. They killed my father. I will enjoy the opportunity to even the score. There is a place to the northeast, a sacred place called Tuwaka's Throne. It is a place of quiet and of honor. Many, many heroes have been laid to rest there. I worry what would happen if the withered hand were to go there. I must see to the consecration of my father's remains. It would be disrespectful to do otherwise. Go on to Tuwaka's Throne. Look for an Ashaba named Ramati. I know these sands well. I will catch up with you soon enough. I will see the withered hand destroyed.
Come here, little one.
What an adorable lizard.
biting. Hold, Lizard. This has gone on long enough. I don't know who you are.
It is not as it seems.
There's no denying that some of the workers made some bad decisions. But they're not the one who orchestrated it. They were bribed to administer that poison to the Johads. They swore they had no idea it would bring disaster upon us. And it probably was. The man I spoke to was no Khajiit, though that is all I can say about him. He was hidden from view when we first spoke, his voice muffled. I refused to take his gold, but I knew sooner or later someone would. Some of the workers said the payoff location was inside the house. That was before the beetles came. After that, no one wanted anything to do with this strange man's scheme. I'd searched there for any sign of who this person was.
It is not as it seems. I love Almor with all of my being. Why would I do anything to hurt the ones he loves?
I can't believe my sister thinks Ohama had something to do with this. Where is Father? I demand to talk to him. What? And Father is gone too? Do you think they've done something to him? Sepp spit. What else could go wrong? What have you found in your search? Then whoever else was in here smells of it too. We need some way to detect the scent and follow their trail. Brilliant. You follow the trail and my sister and I will spread out to look for Father. They can't have taken him far. He is an old man after all.
Seems my secret is a secret no more.
Are you all right?
Wasn't expecting to run into a beetle. It must have followed my scent.
You poisoned the Johads? But why?
Father, your wound.
My last wish was for the Johads to remain within the family. But it caused nothing but strife.
No, you can't die. Not now.
Listen, I wish for your happiness. Promise me, the Johads.
We will find happiness, Father. I swear to you. Father's dead. And for what? Some false sense of security that we won't sell the Johads? I'll never understand. It falls to one of us to take charge of the Johads. Father always wanted Jahi to have them, but she's never wanted them. Neither of us have.
This is my fault. I'm the one who wanted to sell the Johads. My father deserved better than this. It falls to one of us to take charge of the Johads. Father always wanted me to have them, but I feel I'm the one who truly betrayed the family. Yes, I am prepared to take them. I just never thought... Well, I am eldest after all. This is my duty. We'll mend our family here. We won't fail our father's dream. I can't. Not after all this. It'll be hard work, but together we'll do it, as a family. I've always been too hard on him. He's found a beautiful wife, and he's always cared for Father all these years. He's done well for himself. Father would be proud.
Such a relief to see a familiar face in this ghastly desert, particularly today. You helped me get the crown of Anton. Would you consider assisting in my archaeological efforts again? I've encountered something of a setback here. Well, I discovered this fabulous portal in the Aliad ruins. I sent my assistant through, and it was a mistake. The portal apparently leads to somewhere in the Grotwood, and basically he returned with the Aldmeri army at his heels. Yes, and unfortunately it seems they're now planning a full-scale invasion. Establishing a base, building siege weapons. We need to close the portal, quickly. I discovered an old tome that explains how, if I can find it again. Will you help me? You're a true hero, and I mean that. My camp is beside the ruins. That's where I left them. Get the book, use it to activate the large pillars in the ruins. Then meet me inside the west door to the lower ruins. The portal's down there. I suppose that's a reasonable question. As you might imagine, the elves have locked the main entrance to the portal room. There is a back way, however, through an old prison of some sort. The pillars unlock the door into the prison. Oh, I haven't the foggiest notion what's in the prison. It's been centuries, though. Whatever was down there is surely dead. If not, well, you seem capable enough, and it can't be any worse than the damned elves. My researchers in High Rock gave me the essential background. Solace N was an Ayleid stronghold, built by human slaves in the Merethic era. The elves eventually got what they deserved during the Yokudan colonization of Hammerfell in the First Era. It's quite fascinating, really. It would seem to prove that the Altmer and the Ayleids were still connected further into the Merethic era than we believed. I actually wrote a book on the subject. Well, someone wrote it for me, but who's counting? How kind of you to ask. Let's see. I was in Hrothgar for a while, but Orcish history is such a bore, so I left there and visited some Dwemer ruins in Morrowind. Then I wound up coming here. Stibbons has remained with me, of course, regrettably. Who knows? Who cares? The blathering fool created such a mess here. He's become a liability, especially since the Tomb of Kings. I have a new man assisting me now. He's much more efficient. Not as efficient as you, but you're not for hire.
Oh, hello there. I remember you, from that tomb in Glenumbra. My memory is so foggy, but I remember your face. You won't believe this, but Lady Laurent has fired me. Now I don't know what to do. Because it's all my fault. The Aldmeri. Lady Laurent sent me through the portal to investigate. When the elves saw me, I ran and led them to the portal. So now she hates me. Please, I beg you, will you help me get back in her good graces? Praise you, praise you. I'm trying to gather all her things, but her tools are scattered out in the ruins, and those are her most important possessions. If you'll get the tools for me, I just know she'll forgive me. I just know it. There's one more thing you should know. Lady Laurent hired this thuggish Tamian fellow. I believe she already asked him to recover her tools. You should speak to him up on the ramparts, and tell him we have it taken care of. Because he's a brute, and I need to be the one to give her the tools. If I can't make her forgive me, she'll just leave me here, and then what will I do? This is my only chance. No, that expedition was quite a success. And I was the one who found you. There's simply no explanation for why she's treating me this way.
Well, well, well. If it isn't my old friend from Crosswich. Let me guess. Lady Laurent has you helping clean up this mess she made. Or is it Stibbons, the bootless coward? He's hoping Lady Laurent will forgive him. It could be worse. Lady Laurent pays well, and she's got a pretty ambitious travel schedule. So I'm getting to see places I had never dreamed of. Can't say this desert's one of the highlights, though. Did he? I'm surprised he could get that out through the whimpering and whining. Lady Laurent already has someone to recover her tools, and you would recover them and give Stibbons the credit? Just following orders. Even before this, Stibbons couldn't keep up, so Lady Laurent hired me. I was just getting a bird's eye view before getting to work. Say, though, if you were going to save Stibbons the trouble, why not help me instead? Well, for one thing, I'm better looking. For another, I'm actually getting paid. Stibbons was always just a glorified slave. Help me get the tools and I'll cut you in. Don't think too long. I'll go down there and get the tools myself if I have to. They're in backpacks, by the way. I bet Stibbons didn't even tell you that. I was wondering if you were going to ask that. Yeah, I snatched up a few tool bags earlier. But there's no reason for me to give them to you, is there? I suppose if you want to lug around the extra weight, I won't complain. Once you've got them all, though, just remember to bring them back to me, not Stibbons. Don't think too long. I'll go down there and get the tools myself if I have to.
You certainly made short work of those elves. There seem to be few odd skeletons down here. No problem for you, I'm sure. Now, I assume you found the old tome in my camp? Thank you very much. Fortunately, I can translate the ancient Iliad, and that should tell us how to close the portal. It's through this door right behind me. The problem is that it's locked, but it appears that it's controlled by a switch deeper in the ruins. Would you be a dear and find the switch? Oh, if only I could have someone like you around full time. If you'll get the switch, that will give me time to study up whatever words I need to speak to close the portal. Once you get it opened, I'll just go on in, so meet me in the portal room.
you swit!
Before you speak, stranger, know this. For centuries a spell has bound me. Many have tried to free me and failed. This prison has no lock or bonds to break. Did you hear me? This is no common spell. It was cast by Altmer wizards long since dead. This is a true curse. The task is beyond you. Of course, a fool would still try. Do as you wish. I won't harbor faint hope. For centuries, amateurs like yourself have tried to release me. Fools, all of you. You'd have a better chance of becoming the next emperor. It pains me to speak of the past. Would you force me to relive such bitter memories? Ha! Please. There's a word I remember well. Please, she said to me. No one will know, she promised. She was wrong. Nuralanya, she was called in her high elven tongue. She was just Nura when we were together. I could deny her nothing. I was enthralled, a slave madly in love with his master. Our secret was eventually exposed, and the elves were furious. Our love was an abomination in their eyes. They decided execution was too kind a punishment for our crime. I was here, and she was there, to see one another, but not able to hear, or touch, or hold. Yet even that torment was insufficient for their retribution. The elves wove a spell to extend my life and prolong my torment. Elves live a long time, but not forever. I sat and watched as Nura slowly grew old and died. Sometime after that, the Regatta came and slaughtered the other elves. But even with them dead, the spell held strong. It was the Regatta, the warrior wave. The warriors sought vengeance. The swords of Yakuta passed through these halls, and the High Elves were washed away. They would have killed me, were it not for this spell. Instead, I watched, safely ensconced within this prison, as my captors were slaughtered. Many centuries passed before I learned who the warriors were, or from whence they came. A foreign people had arrived on these shores. They came from a distant land. Yakuta it was called. Yakutan warriors set out to conquer the new world they found. Singers named them the Regatta. If I knew, don't you think I would have escaped by now? All I know is the tiles must be used in the right order, and the order was determined by time, whatever that means. doing that?
By the bloody fangs of Mama, the stench of blood escaped Mama. What have you done? How can this be? I'm free. I should thank you, but I don't think this is what I wanted. It's been so long since I lost my own. This is all I know. I don't believe you.
Your idol love would never support us.
Is it really you? It's been so long.
We suffered enough unsickness. By the grace of God, I plan to take the office born brethren.
Finally, release from the suffering of this world.
Love has rested eternally together.
something.